to support the platform just in case anything like this happens again, you can do it by way of PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and also by the Anchor. And you can also further support the platform by way of going to the Teespring store or the shoe store that is located in the comment section below. An infant who was recently returned to his mother from an alleged kidnapping passed sad after he was rushed to the hospital. Kyer Thomas and his twin brother, Casson, were found alive last month after authorities alleged a woman stole a car with them still inside. Both boys were returned home to their mother in Ohio, Columbus police said last month. Columbus police were called sad to a residence for reports of a baby not breathing. A cause of death has not been released. Dallas Jackson is accused of stealing the 2010 Hyundai Accord outside a restaurant in the Short North neighborhood on deck 19 with both twins inside. Kyer was found at Dayton International Airport and Jackson was arrested, but Casson remained missing. The Hyundai Accord was found later with Casson inside, abandoned near Papa John's restaurant in Indianapolis. Cheyenne Belmer told NBC affiliate WCMH of Columbus that she had given Jackson a ride to a gas station on deck 20, then saw her photo on Facebook in connection with the kidnapping allegations. I wouldn't move from off the picture until I could figure out where I knew her from, and I'm like, I hope I don't know her, but something told me this looks like the girl that was in my car, Belmer said. She and Jackson had exchanged numbers, Belmer told WCMH, so she and her cousin, Mecca Curry, arranged to drive Jackson around to numerous stores and eventually called police with their location. The two women said that after Jackson was arrested, they went out to eat and spotted the Honda with Casson inside. Local authorities charged Jackson with 2 counts of kidnapping last month. A federal grand jury this month indicted her on 2 counts of kidnapping. A plea has not yet been entered in the federal case, according to court records. It was not immediately clear whether Jackson entered a plea in her state case, which has a court date Tuesday, according to Franklin County inmate records. So just in case you don't remember, I'm going to give you a little bit of a refresher right now. Now, this is a pretty dope story with a pretty dope ending. And you know, like I said, shout out to the women that got involved that were like, you know what, we got to do something about this. Let's formulate a plan. Let's try to make some things happen and, try to get the police directly involved. Now, originally when they had their plan, the cops wasn't really for it. They didn't really pay attention to the keys, to the signs, to anything that was being listed. I guess they were just looking at it as somebody butt dialed 911 or if somebody was prank calling the police instead of trying to specifically figure out like, yo, maybe somebody's speaking in code. Yo, maybe it's something a little bit more. Let me just stay on and see, where all of this is going to, specifically go. Let me ask, some questions, try to interact to see if, we can get a little bit more information. As the woman told you, they hung up like once or twice. And then it wasn't up until I guess later that somebody that was smart enough realized that, yo, this is actually serious. Like she's trying to relay information to let us know her whereabouts and the whereabouts of the individual that they are specifically with and where, they are at this moment and where they are going. And, like I said, you got a lot of people out here that are cops that just should not be cops. You got a lot of people out here that are not built to do detective work. And the police should actually be doing more than just thanking these women because they solved something that they couldn't even initially solve. Because as what I stated to you guys previously, they listed this woman as low priority. And as we were clearly able to see directly, I'm sorry, not see, but hear directly from the article was the fact that both of the young babies, the young boys, they were left at 2 separate locations, right? One was found at the airport in I guess a whole nother vehicle or however that went. And then another one was found directly at the Papa John's. And it was in a diaper that was filled. And in the interview, one of the women, she feared the worst because she didn't see the baby move. So she thought that the baby had passed, but the baby was actually alive and well. And police were able to get them. Everybody went inside the Papa John's. And later on after that, I guess after the child was checked out, the child was reunited with the family. All in all, it is a pretty good story. But the worst of it, innocence. Well, not technically worse than what's already taken place. Matter of fact, let me just let y'all hear it.
That they received a lot of backlash on social media after this.
Yeah, they made a video to share their story. They say that people in the comments got in saying how they were involved. They were helping Nala Jackson. They say that's just not true, and they have proof because they've been in touch with Indianapolis Metropolitan Police, and had they been involved, they would be in custody. Cheyenne tells me that she even thought about removing the video, but she wanted to keep it posted.
So the most interesting thing about this is that when I ended up hearing about the story, and automatically it hit because I'm like, it was a great story. It in a sense, you knew exactly what happened, right? The kids ended up being, kidnapped, and they were split apart by way of the woman, right? And later on, the kids ended up being found, and specifically more to the respect and the help of the two black women that were specifically there, that risked their own lives, did their own detective work in order to help get the kids back. They did what the police did not do. And and the lady was, I think, in jail, or she was going to get prosecuted, whatever it was. So everything had a happy ending. And then to basically find out that one of the little boys ended up passing, is like, wow. It's like, after going through that heralding, experience, and living through that, nothing negative taking place. It's like it happens now. And my condolences to the family. My condolences to um, his brother. Um, you know, um, it's almost a positive and a negative at the same time, because um the children are young enough where they're not going to really remember. It's not going to be a forever mark that's going to be directly on their mind, but it's a negative at the same time, because now the brother is alone, right? The brother had, in a sense, a twin, to share things with, to argue, to have fun, life experiences, take trips, go places, um, talk about favorite colors, or cartoons, and video games, and and different stuff like that. And now you're, in a sense, you're alone. You're by yourself. You know, again, my condolences to the mother and to the family. Um, I wish and hope the best for you guys at this time. Um, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough, because it's almost like you move from, like, you get out of one situation that was already tough, that was already worrisome, adrenaline is running, stress is going through, and everything is now subsided, because everything is back to the way that it's supposed to be, just to run back into another situation. I couldn't even imagine. So this is why, again, I try to tell parents out there, every night, or every single day, have conversations with your kids. Tell your kids that you love them, that you care about them. Talk to them about their days, and the things that they're interested in, because um a lot of parents tend to take that for granted, because we're in this sense of, like, every day is basically the same, and you know uh everything is going to last forever. Nothing really is going to happen. I'm going to see you tomorrow. And tomorrow is not really ever promised at all. Anything can literally happen and or take place for any given reason at all, or even for reasons that we just don't understand or have an answer for. um so again, to any parents out there that can, hear my voice or made it this far in the video, please take out the time to change your daily routine, to hug your kids, kiss your kids, tell them that you love them, spend more time than what you've been spending directly with your kids, getting more involved with your kids' lives than what you've already been, involved in, so that you will have those memories. So you're not going to have, any type of regrets.